Hello and welcome to Valerius. This is our first ever virtual kindergarten welcome back night. And so we are here just to share a little bit about what kindergarten is, and then I will talk through the nuts and bolts of how Valerius works as a building, how drop off and pick up work, and how lunch works and things like that. So first, we want to introduce you to some familiar faces that you will see in the office. I'm Michelle Cole. I'm the principal here at Valerius. This is my second year here. Angie Jones is our building secretary. Jenny Vajagas is our school nurse, and Lori Havrin is our health associate. So when you walk into the office, these are likely the faces that you will see. And we have our kindergarten teachers with us today, so I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Amanda?
Hi there, I am Amanda Springer, and this will be my 8th year in Urbandale as a kindergarten teacher and my 10th year overall as a teacher. I am so excited for this year. I know it will look different than any other year, but we'll make it all work together. And one exciting thing that happened in our family is we had a little baby boy, Bennett, in May. So our summer has been filled with fun and snuggles.
And Caitlin?
Hi, I'm Miss Martin. I am going on, this will be my 6th year in the Urbandale district and my 2nd year teaching kindergarten. I'm excited for this year and all the new adventures and excitement to come. I currently live in Polk City with my dog Cooper and my new fiance, Tanner.
Awesome, thanks ladies. Some other support teachers that your students might experience throughout the school year. Lynn Holmes is our reading specialist, so she works with students on reading. Hala Vogler, she's our English language learner teacher. Lauren Runyon and Jess Jolly are both special education teachers for our kindergartners. Additionally, we have Melissa McGregor. She is our guidance counselor. You'll see her a lot at drop off and pickup. She's outside and waving with her friendly face and helping kids get where they need to be. And we have Brittany Cooley with us this year. She's an FFO for our district. FFO stands for Facilitator of Family Outreach. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about her on this next page. Brittany shared this with me. So she's a proud mama of 3 adorable children. And she's very passionate about what she does here supporting families. And so Brittany partners with our school counselor, facilitates small group instruction for kiddos. She works one-on-one with them to meet goals. She participates in the attendance team and helps problem solve with that. She provides referrals for various needs for families, food, clothing, insurance, childcare, and the list goes on there. She helps assist families with free and reduced lunch applications, and we're going to talk about that later in this presentation. She provides items for students such as school supplies, backpack buddies, and winter items. And she partners with our community organizations. And currently, Brittany is working on helping us get a lot of extra cloth face masks for our building, since those are required this year. So we're excited to have Brittany join us here at Valerius. This is her first year here, but she has been with the district a few years now. So I'm going to turn it over to the kindergarten teachers, and they're going to talk a little bit about what kindergarten is.
Kindergarten is important in helping students develop a natural love for learning. We do this by providing hands-on experiences, by mixing academics with lots of fun and engaging hands-on activities so that kinders learn and are excited about being at school and learning. Kindergarten is important in helping students learn critical skills and concepts, not only academic skills, but this includes social skills, working together, getting along with peers, playing with others, and problem solving.
A little bit about the academic side, since it is quite important. We're just going to go over math, reading, and science quickly. So math, some of our big topics are counting, addition and subtraction, shapes, and measurement. So we're going to be learning all these different things. Both Miss Martin and myself have worked really hard on kind of revamping our math with the curriculum that we have and making sure that we're putting skills together so that we can master them easier in the classroom with students or online if that happens to take place as well. So if we're counting, we're going to work on counting to 100, reading and writing numbers, comparing numbers. Your students will learn all about addition and subtraction. They're going to be representing number stories all the way to 10, and then they'll be fluently adding and subtracting within 5. Shapes, we'll be drawing them, we'll be naming them, we'll be composing them, and in measurement, we're going to be sorting and grouping by different attributes. For reading, kindergarten is a huge year for reading. So it's going to start off with letter names and sounds. We're going to be teaching your students how to say the correct sounds for each letter so they're able to sound words out. We're going to be working on phonemic awareness, vocabulary, comprehension, fluency. We'll throw sight words in there. We did get a new resource last year, really great reading. It's called Countdown, which helps students with their phonics skills and learning how to read. And as well as learning how to read, this also incorporates writing. So reading and writing go hand in hand. We will be learning how to sound words out, but we will also be writing them as well. And for science, science is set up in 3 big units throughout the year. So each trimester will tackle one. And in each of our units, there's investigations. So our first one for the year would be trees and weather. We'll be spending lots of time outside, which is great in the fall. And each of our investigations includes hands-on learning, active engagement. We have a science notebook and student ownership.
Kindergarten is important in helping students develop a sense of self-esteem.
Kindergarten is also important in helping students learn about cooperation. So cooperation can look like many different things. Working with others, whether it's our whole group or in small groups, problem solving, having the teacher help how to problem solve, but also teaching them how to problem solve on their own when maybe an adult isn't around, sharing with others, creating things with others, and some different areas of the classroom that we might see and learn about cooperation would be in our morning meeting at the start of our day, out at recess, during centers, when they have opportunities to work with other students.
Kindergarten is also important in helping students realize that learning can be both be fun and meaningful. We do this in lots of different ways. Kindergarten just is full of fun and engaging ways of learning, like field trips and having visitors and embedding play into our days as well as learning. Now it's time for me to say goodbye. I can't wait to meet all of you and have another awesome group of kindergarten in my class this year. See you later.
Thank you, kindergarten families, for viewing this. We can't wait to meet you soon and have such a great year of kindergarten.
And now we'll do some nuts and bolts with me, Mrs. Cole. So our school hours of operation are 8:55 to 3:35. Our doors will open at 8:40 each morning, except on late starts when they will open at 9:40. There is a district calendar available online. Please look for the traditional calendar. Additionally, you will receive weekly communication from me in a Valerius Digest, and that will come through your email. This is what the calendar will look like. You can see the days in red, there is no school, and the days in blue are the late starts for our K-5 calendar. Additionally, we have a Google Calendar for Valerius, and that is attached in the email, as well as a Facebook page that we update frequently. Urbandale Community School District is proud to offer Adventure Time, which is our before and after school programming, as well as summer programming, and they do offer late start supervision. Rob Wisniewski is the coordinator, and this is his phone number, 457-5855. And you can contact them if this is something you are interested in for the school year. With COVID mitigation, I know that spots are limited, so if that is something you are looking into, please contact him right away. Busing is also available to many of our students. If you have not signed up for busing, you can contact our registrar, Sandy Walters, with the district, or Gwen Bretman at Durham Bus Transportation. One note for kindergarten is that for the afternoon, an adult or an older sibling does need to be at the bus stop when kids get dropped off, or they will not be allowed off the bus. If your student is not riding the bus, then or going to Adventure Time, then they will be coming via walking or drop off, at which will start at 8:40. Every student will come in the north doors this year. Those are the main doors kind of down by the gym, not by the office. And I'll show you on a map later. But students can get dropped off starting at 8:40 this year, which is 5 minutes earlier, trying to allow for what I anticipate will be a larger drop off line. And if I need to extend that window, I can later on. Students will not get out of the car prior to an adult showing up outside. So if you happen to be that first car, just wait patiently until that 8:40 window when an adult shows up at the door, and then kiddos can get out. There will be breakfast as they enter the building, and they will need a mask on coming into the building right away. The tardy bell rings at 8:55. If the line is long, we definitely excuse that. That is not a tardy. And again, I will adjust those times as needed based on what we're seeing and experiencing. But if your student is coming from a doctor's appointment, a dentist appointment, you slept in, those things happen. You would walk your student inside. The one adult will be allowed to walk in with the student, and you will need a mask on. You would sign them in the office, and they would head off to class. Breakfast will be available at school as they walk in those north doors. Each breakfast will be packaged for kids to grab. They can pick a milk to go with it, and they would scan a badge that will be available to them for that. The cost of breakfast is $2 per child, or the reduced meal cost of 30 cents. And if that is something that you want to see if you qualify for, or you know you qualify for, please remember to fill out the paperwork on our nutrition services website or contact our FFO, Brittany Cooley, for assistance. Additionally, when it comes to breakfast, we will be eating in the classroom as to try and cohort as much as possible, keeping our kids in those same groups all day long. Students will be provided a spot around the room where they can eat away from others 6 feet apart because they will be taking their mask off. They will be required to wash their hands before and after breakfast. Following breakfast at Valerius Elementary, all classrooms do what we call a morning meeting, and that is part of the responsive classroom approach that we implemented at the building about 2 years ago. The kids will probably be standing in a circle to spread out around the classroom. In the past, we've typically sat in a circle, and that's what you'll see here in a minute. So each morning they would stand in a circle. They will greet each other by name. They will share something important, and listeners work on eye contact and listening with empathetic comments or asking clarifying questions. There's a group activity provided by the teacher, and then there's a morning message. So Mrs. Springer has provided us a clip from a piece of her morning meeting last year.
Good morning, Asher and Wyatt. How are you? How are you this special day? We're so glad you came to play. Good morning, Asher and Wyatt. How are you? Good morning, Drew and Lucas. How are you? Good morning, Drew and Lucas. How are you?
And really, the goal of our morning meeting time is to build that classroom community, to work on those social, emotional, behavior, and mental health skills, and to start our day in a really predictable, fun way. As the morning goes on, students will be participating in the reading, writing, math, and science that the teachers spoke to earlier. And something that will come up is that students will need to use the bathroom. There is a bathroom in the kindergarten classrooms that is sized appropriately for students and available to them at all times. So just some things to be thinking about over the next few weeks is really building those routines and getting kids independent in making sure that they let an adult know when they need to use the restroom, that they're able to pull up, button, zip their pants independently, and that they starting to get in that habit of use, flush, wash routine. And you can see a picture of what is posted and available to them in the bathrooms. About an hour into their day, kindergarten will have a recess that occurs at 10 o'clock. They have another one following their lunch, and then they have a third recess later in the afternoon. All three recesses will also provide a mask break for students, so they'll wear them in the building. They'll have lanyards around their neck that are breakaway lanyards that they can attach their masks to as they walk outside and enjoy recess. Our grade level recesses will occur separately, and they will occur in zones. So Miss Martin's class will be in a zone and Mrs. Springer's class will be in a zone, and then kids move throughout those zones throughout the day in efforts to keep kids cohorted. As they re-enter the building, they will put their masks back on, and there will be a sanitizing station available to them as they come back in. After a great morning of learning, lunch will be served in the classroom starting at 11:40. Our new director of food services is Jessie Sadler, and she has kindly arranged for students to have two options this year. One will be a cold lunch option, and one will be a hot lunch option that students will sign up for in the morning when they arrive. They will also choose if they want white skim milk or reduced fat chocolate milk right away in the morning, and those will be delivered to the classroom by our nutrition services department along with the utensils that they need. Everything will come prepackaged. If you have questions about lunch and breakfast safety guidelines, you can look at the health and safety document that was sent out to elementary families on Friday and will be posted to our school website and Facebook page this coming week. If you don't have those, please reach out. We can send you an additional copy. Lunch is $2.50 per meal with the reduced meal cost of 40 cents. I highly encourage you to go to the Nutrition and Services page on our district webpage. It will have meal info, pricing, breakfast and lunch menus. It outlines the Healthy Kids Act, snacks that are available to purchase through the school. Additionally, it has the Iowa eligibility application form, which you only need one per family, but it does need to be filled out annually. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to Miss Angie in the office or Brittany Cooley, and they will help you. And I know Jessie and her staff in the Nutrition Services Department are also happy to help. So our last couple of items about lunch is just that lunch is only 20 minutes long, so that's something to start talking to your kindergartner about. Working on opening those containers, throwing away trash. Those are good skills to be practicing over the next few weeks. And then as the weather gets colder, it will just be very, very important that students start to work on that independence in zipping, buttoning, getting their hats and boots and pants on to be ready to go outside. So we're about halfway through our day with kindergarten. Recess is over. And just like this presentation, we're about halfway through and your brain is full of information. That is how our kindergartners feel in the middle of their day. And so we believe with our responsive classroom approach that it's important to take that quiet time right after that lunch and recess to just decompress and give students that opportunity to clear their brain, relax, and get ready for the rest of the day. So as you can see, students will have choices. It's about 10 to 15 minutes. It's quiet. The lights are dim. Students can read, write, draw, work on a puzzle. But the whole goal is that they are just experiencing that quiet moment. Their brains can decompress and get ready for the rest of the afternoon. After more learning and another recess in the afternoon, kindergarten students have related arts at the very end of the day. We have 5 related arts. Mr. Larson is our PE teacher, Mrs. Irvin, music, Mrs. Marwadell, teacher librarian, Miss Bach, our art teacher, and Mrs. McGregor, our guidance counselor. We run those on an A, B, C, D, E, F schedule, and don't worry, teachers will send that home. And the reason we do that is because we share our related arts teachers with other buildings. If you have more questions about what health and safety guidelines will be put in place during those related arts, it is also found on that health and safety guidance that was sent out by the district on Friday. Again, if you don't have that, please let us know and we'll get that to you. At the end of our day, our kindergarten students and all students at Valerius will be dismissed on a staggered schedule. So at 3:30, our adventure time and daycare van riders will be dismissed. Around 3:32, our walkers will be dismissed and they will come out the south doors, which I'll show you on the map here in just a second. Our car riders will be dismissed at 3:35 with the end of day bell, and they will move to 3 different locations in the building where they will have a supervisor teacher, and they will be sitting at least 3 feet apart with their masks on. And that supervisor teacher will wait to get the walkie call from Mrs. McGregor, who's outside, and then they will come out those north doors and hop in your car. So, with that, Mrs. McGregor is outside in the parking lot, myself too, and we look for a visor sheet in your car, and you will get that, and it just has your last name on it. We call that in. The supervising teacher repeats who needs to line up, and those kids will come out the north doors. It does take about 10 to 15 minutes, so just please practice patience in that line. We ask that you don't go around other cars unless you are parking. The Valeri's parking lot is just not that big. And as cars come in and out, it's not safe for our students or families if cars are trying to pass each other in the parking lot. Bus riders will wait in their classroom. When the buses arrive, we make an announcement and they will line up on the blacktop on that south side, and then teachers will walk them safely to their bus. So this is the map of what it will look like during drop-off and pickup. You can come in off Dewey Gibbs or 92nd Street, and you will come down this way and turn right into the parking lot. To drop off or pick up kids, it will be at this north door down here with this star. If your student is walking home with you, I'm going to ask that you wait at this west end. Kids will come out the south door, walk around the building, and they can meet you to head home safely. The yellow is around where our crossing guard stands. Sometimes they move up to this corner just for safety, but it's in this general area. And then over here is where bus riders will get in. So if you're coming in to pick up your student at the end of the day, you'll pull up, you'll pull in. You need to have your name on your visor flipped down, and Mrs. McGregor or I or the adult outside will read that, and the people inside would call for your student. You're following cars all the way over here. And then we ask that the student get in on the passenger side of the vehicle, just so we're not walking around and in front of cars. It's just a safety feature. If you do need to get out and help them buckle, if you feel comfortable and would be willing to pull up into a parking spot, that helps the line move more swiftly through so that we're not holding people up. And then you would pull around this way, kind of come around the cars and come out down this side. And as you can see, this is why I say it's just really important that you wait patiently in line. We just don't have a big parking space right now. And it's just important that we protect the health and safety of both our students, their families, and our staff as they leave for the day. And so then you would come out this way and you're free to go either way. One important thing to watch for is just, again, those walkers, but we try and get those out before that parent pickup line is moving. And then the bus riders. So if you're kind of later in the line, the bus riders will cross to get over to the busing, but that is why the crossing guard is in place there. So we're getting into the final stretch here. I just want to go over who our health contacts are. We have a school nurse with us 3 days a week. We share her with Karen Akers. I should say 3 days a cycle, not a week. But Jenny is available to come over as needed during the day. Lori Havrin is our health associate, and she is in our office all day, every day. And we will have both a sick bay and a healthy bay as outlined in the health and safety guidance. Our health office phone number is 457-6503, and it is very important that if you are calling your student in for whatever reason, that you call this number or the main office at 457-6500. Please do not email or call the teacher unless that's a secondary piece. The teachers don't always have a chance to see that or hear that before the start of the day, and Lori would be tracking down that student. And so it's just really important that we have you call the main office with those things and let us know why your student is going to be gone. So some important information that we will need from you. If you haven't already, we need your health history form. We need to know of any specific health needs for your child and if your child will be taking any medications at school. We also like to share the immunization requirements that are needed for your child to start school. And so Nurse Jenny would be contacting you within those first few weeks if we're missing any of this information for your child. That is all the information I have for you today. Please fill out the form or contact me with any questions. On behalf of these two incredible teachers and the entire Valeria staff, we are excited to welcome you and your student and we are committed to making your students' first year here joy-filled. Go Jayhawks!